say loup. Or I say makwa. How do you say bear in your language? I knew that. On the side, there it is. Go ahead, say it. In my language, we say le loup. The wolf, le loup. Or we say maigan. No, maigan. What's wrong with you? You miss him. Maigan. There, can you see? Oh, how do you say wolf in your language?
Diga.
Say it again. Diga. I saw one in the ditch yesterday. Skinny. Gray. Ugly. This one I don't know if you can say, but try this. In my language, we say le castor. Or we say in Ojibwe, amik. How do you say in Slate? How do you say beaver? Sa. Okay. Do you want to hear it? Watch. But you got to get ready because it comes along with a bit of a story. I won't tell you the whole story because I don't have time. It all began when she fell from Sky World. She fell from heaven to the great waters that made up earth. And she never hit the water. Two swans saw her falling, and they grabbed her arms and they lowered her slowly, not to the water, but to the back of a giant turtle. And Raven's daughter lived on the back of that giant turtle, and all the water dwellers came to meet her. Beaver came and he talked to her and he fell in love with her because she was so nice. And Otter came, they all came, and they didn't want her to live on a turtle. They wanted her to live on dirt. Where could you get dirt? At the bottom of the water. So what did they do? They dove. But the water was too deep. Beaver drowned. Otter drowned. They all drowned. And finally, the little water rat came up with a fistful of mud and he gave it to Raven's daughter. And she spread that mud on the outside of the shell of the turtle, and it got bigger and bigger, and it became Turtle Island. And there she was all alone. And Raven saw his little girl all alone, and he didn't want that. So Raven created four-leggeds. And he created the flyers. And he created the crawlers. And you know what he said to all of them? I'm coming back tomorrow. And when I come back, I'm going to come with the best thing I've ever created. Get ready. This is going to knock your socks off. And they got to arguing. You know what they argued about? The animal said, okay, if it's Raven's greatest creation, it's going to be bigger than bear. It's going to have thick fur, fangs, and claws. And you know what the bird said? That's stupid. If it's Raven's greatest creation, it's going to be a bird. Maybe it'll be like eagle, but it'll have colors in its wings and it's going to have big talons. And you know what the fish said? That's stupid. If it's Raven's greatest, it's going to be like killer whale, or maybe like, it's going to be a huge fish. They argued. You know what they agreed on? If it was Raven's greatest, it was going to be awesome. So kids, how do you think they felt when Raven landed with a clamshell, and inside the clamshell was the first two-legged, the first human being? Come on, think about it. Kids, picture me with no clothes on, lying down on my side, curled up like a baby. That's pretty ugly. All of the animals stared inside that clamshell, and their mouths were open, and Bear said, okay, Raven, when you told us this was your best creation ever, that's not what we expected. Let me start with the obvious. This thing is naked. Are you going to leave him like that, or is he going to grow fur? And Raven said, Bear, I'm going to leave him that way. And Bear said, oh, he's going to get cold in the wintertime, I can tell you. That's going to get cold. And Mountain Lion, the cougar, looked inside and said, Raven, I don't see any fangs and I don't see any claws. How's that thing going to hunt? And Raven said, no fangs, no claws. He's going to have to find another way to hunt. And Cougar said, good luck. An eagle flew around the clamshell. Boys and girls, I'm 18, but I'm an author. I've written almost 100 books, and this is one of my books. Guess what I called it? Raven's Greatest Creation. Guess who that is?
Raven.
Yeah, okay, watch. Guess who that is? That's Raven's daughter falling from heaven, from the sky world to the water. And she never hit the water. Two swans grabbed her and they lowered her onto the back of a great big turtle. She lived there. Raven didn't want his... That's Raven. He's got the face of a man and he's got the beak of Raven. He didn't want her to live alone, so what did he do? He came down with creation. Four-leggeds, crawlers, flyers, spiders, insects. They were all there. And the next day he said, I'm coming back with my best. And he came with a two-legged and a clamshell. I never made that up. That's a true story. I got that from BC. That's what the Haida say. Do I believe it? Maybe a little bit. I don't know. I'm not Ida. I'm Ojibwe. I turn the page, kids, and look. There he is, Bear. Do you know what you can't see at the back? In the corner of Bear's eyes, there's Raven's beak. Right between his eyes, what do you see there? What do you see where my finger is? What is that? No, you can't see. Sweetie, what do you see right there? No, you don't. Come on, girls, what do you see there? Right between you. Thank you, a wolf. Kids, the artist is a Cherokee woman. She hides things in her pictures. There's a wolf, and there's Raven. Bear said he's naked. Turn the page. Mountain lion said he's got no claws. Turn the page. Eagle said, Raven, it's got no wings. Is this thing going to grow wings, or is it going to be stuck on the dirt? And you know what Raven said? He's never going to grow wings, but that doesn't mean he's never going to fly. Turn the page, and Snake said, hey Raven, I'm looking inside there, and I can see it's got appendages. Some are short, and some are long. Is your new creation going to walk on 4 legs, or is he going to crawl on the ground the way I do? And you know what Raven said? He's not going to do either. He's going to walk on 2 legs. Whoa! Bear says, come on, Raven, stop playing games with us. Look how big I am, how strong I am. I can hardly survive on Turtle Island. This new thing you brought down there with no fur, no claws, how do you expect him to survive? Raven said, Bear, I knew you were going to ask. Listen to me. Where he lacks in size and strength, I'm going to give him just a little bit more intelligence. And where he lacks in speed and agility, I'm going to give him dreams. Do you know what he needs? He needs somebody to wake him up to his dreams. And you know what else he needs? He needs really good teachers. And for really good teachers, I'm going to give him the best. Bear, I want you to teach my new creation the courage you have when your babies are threatened. He looked over at Wolf and said, oh, sorry kids, look here. He looked at Buffalo and he said, Buffalo, you teach my new creation to be respectful, to respect those that are smaller in him than weaker than him. And he looked at Wolf and he said, Wolf, you teach my new creation to be humble. You teach him that the pack is more important than the individual. And he looked over at all of them. He said, oh, Eagle, Eagle, you're my best friend. You teach him that he's got to feed his body, but teach him he has to feed his soul too. You show him the path to my lodge. Every one of you has been given a gift. Come on, share it. Let's make it our creation. And Raven walked over to that clamshell, kids. He put his wing on it. Whoosh! When he moved his wing, the clamshell is empty, and next to it stood Raven's greatest creation. Me, naked, no fur, no claws, no wings, no talent, just the way we are today. And he was surrounded by the best teachers that Turtle Island would ever come to know.